Welcome, everybody, to a brand new week. It is Monday, and for those of you in the U.S., happy President's Day. For everybody else, and still for those of you in the U.S., new Switch games will be descending upon our faces all throughout the week. A bunch of eShop fare. Not really any retail releases, although that's kind of par for the course. We're still waiting on that darn direct and eventually Animal Crossing New Horizons. But given that it's the start of the week, I wanted to highlight 5 cool games that I'm keeping my eyes on, and I recommend you keep your eyes on if you're looking for something fun to check out. We'll probably actually give a look to a few of these as the week progresses, but we got 5 games. They all released Thursday, February 20th, so I'm going to go through them in alphabetical order. The first game is Blood Will Be Spilled for $14.99, Thursday, February 20th. Now, this comes from Atu Games. Now, you may not have heard of this game, and you may not remember who Atu Games are, but they are the people behind Feudal Aloy. It was a game that we were pretty interested in when it released last year, and then it left us wanting quite a bit more. Now, this is another attempt by them to win our hearts, and it looks pretty darn neat. It is a bug-based Western. And as someone who believes that A Bug's Life is criminally underrated, one of the secret best Pixar films, I will take my chances with a bug-based game. It is a platformer, turn-based combat title, and if you're thinking, this looks familiar, you wouldn't be wrong. It reminds me of SteamWorld Heist tremendously. It's like if SteamWorld Heist was mixed with SteamWorld Dig, because there is moving around platforming, there's also tactical turn-based combat, there is story, and just the art style. It looks a lot like Steam World, the franchise as a whole, but there looks to be cool upgrades, different weapons, skills. I like the sound of all of that. Speaking of sound, the main character is voiced by the dude who does Adam Jensen in Deus Ex. If you have played those titles on other platforms, pretty cool voice actor. So I'm eager to see what this one has in store. I'm not expecting it to be a showstopper, but then again, Kunai came out of nowhere and is one of my favorite eShop games ever. So I will keep my mind's doors open to the potential that Blood Will Be Spilled could spill goodness all over us this week. Now, something that's a little bit more of a surefire bet, given that it is a game from yesteryear, is Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition for $19.99 on Thursday, February 20th. Now, people have been waiting and excited for this one for a while, especially because Capcom is doing more than just a port. They're bringing new features. So, this game includes stuff that's never before been seen. There is a co-op mode in Bloody Palace where one player plays as Dante, the other as Virgil. That can be unlocked after completing the first mission. And then they're changing up the basic gameplay by allowing you to switch styles and weapons on the fly. Previously, that could only be done pre-mission, and now on the Switch version, you can do it as you go. Plus, anyone who pre-purchases or purchases Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition gets a 50% discount for Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 2. So if you like 3 and then want to go back even more, you can. 3 seems to be, I think, people's sweet spot, or most people's sweet spot. So this one I know has been on everyone's radar. Capcom has brought a lot of their classics to the platform. Not sure how you guys feel about the $20 price point. I'm sure everyone wishes it was $10, but given that they are making new additions to this DMC3 Special Edition, it's easier to swallow the $20 price point because they are putting in extra effort, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited about this one when it drops on Thursday. Moving along, speaking of older titles, we've got Double Dragon and Kunio Kun Retro Brawler Bundle for $39.99 on February 20th. Now, yes, that's a hefty price point, but it does have 18 titles, and this, to me, is a curse and a blessing, because with 18 titles, that's a lot of games to help justify the $40 price point, and probably also necessitates the $40 price point. I almost would have rather than put 9 games and make it $19.99 rather than $40. This is a digital title for $40 that features all of these: Double Dragon 2, 3, Renegade Super Dodgeball, River City Ransom. You can see the whole list. A lot of variety, a lot of different titles. But do you really need all of these? Yes, they are multiplayer. Yes, they are fun. Yes, it is a nostalgic blast from the past. But they do have online. That's good. They did add online features, so that's nice and new, including also avatars, screen, and sound options. But $40 for like old games, like if this was a couple bucks, I could see people wanting to dive back into some of their childhood favorites. But $40 is a tough ask, and I almost wish they would have bundled them in smaller chunks, smaller groupings for less. I think that would have been the smarter look, but If you love this stuff, then you'll probably be very excited. They are bringing 18 in this compilation. I will personally not be purchasing this. $40 seems like a lot, and I'd rather save that for something newer. But if you are a fan of games from yesteryear, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is coming to Switch on Thursday for $7.99. Now, this one is really relevant for two reasons. One, because the movie is out and doing work. I'm so shocked to see a mostly positive reception and pretty successful box office numbers. That shocks me. After the whole Sonic rework, I'm impressed that they are able to deliver a pretty cool film. I have yet to see it, but I'm tempted, and my desire is tipping more towards I want to see it. Anyhow, this is $8, and similar to DMC3, they're doing nice things here by adding new features. I love this. If you're going to bring old games and you're going to charge a decent amount, why not work and make it something better than before? So Knuckles will be part of Sonic 2. He previously was first seen in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, now he'll be in Sonic 2, and they're also bringing the drop dash technique from Sonic Mania, where players can spin dash in midair to boost their speed. So bumping the overall package up a little bit, not as much as DMC3 it doesn't sound like, but hey, bringing Knuckles in should appeal to fans of the echidna, and if you just saw the movie and want to get some classic Sonic action on your Switch, this seems like perfect timing, and I'm sure they meant for that to be the case. Vitamin Connection is our 5th title of the week, and my personal favorite. This is $19.99, also on Thursday. This is a game from the really good folks at Way Forward. They do Shantae, and Vitamin Connection looks to be a completely new type of game for them. In fact, it reminds me a lot of the Pixel Junk shooter titles from almost a decade ago, and of Lovers in Dangerous Space-Time, where you're cooperatively piloting a ship through a microscopic world. You can't play this solo, and it's kind of cool because your ship is in the shape of two Joy-Con. One player will be using the Joy-Con vertically to move and shoot. The other player will be using their Joy-Con horizontally to rotate and aim. So you're cooperatively making this single ship work to take out all of these evil germs and bacteria. Or if you're playing solo, you get to control both of them. 6 colorful worlds, different bonus stories, a variety of sub-games featuring precision twisting, rhythmic action, IR reflex tests, HD rumble, play in the asymmetric 2-player mode, epic music from J-pop to hip-hop, and new game pro mode to experience a story from the anti-hero Probiotic, although probiotics are really good for you, so not quite sure why he's anti-hero. Maybe it's all a big misunderstanding. I hope this game ends up being supercharged in a very nice way. Now, it does not have online multiplayer, but I guess that makes sense. It's going to require a lot of very careful coordination. I just think it looks really good. Way Forward does awesome stuff. I love their art style. I hope it turns out to be a gem for early in the year, and I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. Definitely going to be checking it out for you and see if it does live up to Way Forward's pedigree and maybe puts forth another awesome Q1 2020 eShop title. Let me know what you like from my picks in the comments down below, or if there's something else you're interested in grabbing. Here's what we've got coming out. I think 30,000th Duel could be interesting. It is a side-scrolling action RPG type title. You've got Puyo Puyo 2, if that's more your speed, and then a plethora of other games, including Lines XL for $1.99, some Winter Snow Sudoku, Bloodbreed, and Brief Battles. So that's what we've got coming this week. Moving to next week, there's a few interesting titles as well, including Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection, 2 Point Hospital, Mathland, and more. We'll get to those, though, when the time comes. For now, give me your picks in the comments. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped for the week ahead. Maybe a direct is in our future. Maybe not. Nobody knows, but we'll find out soon. Until that time, thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. SwitchForce out. Happy Friday, everybody. Another beautiful week comes to a close, but you know what that means. Of that. What? What is happening? Why is my guy dying? Am I doing something wrong? Do I need to, like, launch off the sword? What is happening? I check out 3 brand new eShop games, give them 10 minutes to impress, and then see what you all think. It's straight gameplay from start screen to 10 minutes. Will they win us over? Last week I thought we had a pretty cool grouping of games, but this week's trio is even more interesting. In fact, one of the games was brought to us by Super.com. They said, hey, would you feature our game in this series? And I said, yeah, you can sponsor the video, but your game's only got 10 minutes to impress. and we'll let the fans decide. So we're kicking it off with Tilt Pack. I'll put a link to the game in the description below. From there, we're moving to Bloodroots, which has been a long time coming. Then Darksiders Genesis. What will we think? Which will be the game that makes us say, I will crack the piggy bank for you. You will be my Valentine.